It's midnight. What's up, everybody?
What's going on?
The midnight fatality.
Yeah.
Here with some good people.
What's up?
Chris,
Hey man,
Tommy,
how's it going?
Hey.
Pastor. How you guys doing tonight?
Hey. Oh. All right, I guess.
Are you in the bag already, Darth?
What? In the bag?
Half in the bag?
I'm
You
not
had a
following.
couple? You had a couple?
No. He's got his hands on the bag.
That's not the where I come from. They call it the sack.
Oh, no.
Huh?
Not right now.
Not right now? Okay.
Not at the moment.
Oh, just give it a minute.
That's what she said.
But thanks for coming through, everybody. In the middle of Chris's stream, I had a bit of a
No problem.
I had a bit of a fatality in my mouth. The fucking middle of my mouth
That's
started gushing blood.
at that point you just let it hang in the air so people get the wrong idea of what was going on the stream.
Like I said, I had to mute for a second. Let me run to the bathroom quick and see what the fuck is going on here. But I trekked through it.
I
I'm
thought
still
you
trekking through
were
it.
about to turn into an anime. It's a nosebleed syndrome or something.
Like Fist of the North Star type shit. That's kind of what it was. If anyone's ever seen Fist of the North Star.
Not for a long time.
Oh, that's been a minute. I can't recall.
Yeah,
But,
I think he may be early 2000s, maybe.
80s. It was like 85,
Yeah, maybe late
86.
90s, early 2000s was the last time I saw it.
Oh.
Yeah.
But they made a shitty ass movie of it too, like a live action.
It was the night before the 5th
I don't think I saw it.
of a northern star. Nah.
Yeah, they made a shitty ass one that I saw on HBO. It was a live action one. Not worth watching.
So is anybody going crazy on the streets around you yet, Slasher?
Nope, not yet.
Not yet.
Well, in Manhattan, because Manhattan shit's always going down in Manhattan with the protesters and such, but not my area. Not this particular area. This particular area is always chill with that sort of shit.
That's good at least.
That's good. Yeah. Lucky.
I mean, fingers crossed, knock on wood, hope it stays that way.
I am so waiting for it where I'm at. I'm 2 blocks away from the prison in Trenton, so
Oh, God.
I'm always expecting something. So yeah, I got a couple bats, by the door. Got another one in the kitchen. I got an axe, some throwing knives, and a few
you have
other things.
All that Civil War weaponry, too, right?
Oh, that already went home.
Oh, okay.
But I do got a nice pair of commas.
Nothing so far.
Ooh.
No, nothing so far. It should stay that way. You've seen it here, Tommy. It's not chill, but it's not Antifaville. It's not fucking,
Well, you know what? I mean, honestly, where you're at, it kind of reminded me of a cleaner, more upscale version of Trenton.
Oh, okay. Wow, cleaner.
A lot cleaner.
Because this place is a filth hole. So.
Dude, that place looks spotless compared to Trenton.
Wow. Love to take a trip out to Trenton one day. I'll bring my my garbage truck and clean it up.
You see the people walking around. There's trash in the streets and in the gutter, and then the hookers got like broken legs and like skimming like 1 foot down the street. It's pretty despicable.
So, like the homeless people is that homeless
It
people
basically,
out and about all
basically,
over the place there.
well, basically, like if you go to Trenton and you decide you're going to pick up a hooker, you're basically going to get hoggle.
Oh God.
Oh,
It's like you,
oh man,
you
maybe I
like
should have
got a bit
ate
of a
before I
problem
came
when
on.
when you got like your hooker's lame, and you've got to put your hooker down because you feel sorry for them and the condition they're in.
No, you go to pick her up, and then she's like, "Oh, well, you gotta talk to my manager first. So you got to talk to the pimp, and he's like, "She smells bad."
Her pimp is leaving her negative Yelp reviews and shit.
Ugh.
Bad fishy smell.
Bad fish.
-4 stars. Do not recommend.
Oh.
Nope. But
On
other
the
than
plus
that,
side, had crabs to go.
yeah, right.
Oh no!
Worst. It's the worst crab rangoon I've ever had.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now, other than that, what's been going on, man? Anything?
not too
Chris,
much.
Darth, anything?
So yeah, I don't know. I've been watching trying to at the moment. I've been trying to avoid everything to do with the election. Being on the other side of the world, I can afford to sit back and say like, wake me when you guys hit the civil war.
No, who are you talking about? That's been actually like rolling on for a long time.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
even 100% sure it ever really ended, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Oh, it was really promising.
Are you kidding? We're already trying to push back the Jim Crow era with this whole. Never mind. The whole segregation thing.
Yeah.
You know what I find the funniest thing about that is the people that complained about segregation for all that time, and you know what, it should have been abolished. You know, honestly, the minute that, everything ended and they finally did away with slavery and they said everybody's free and all that stuff, they should have just completely did away with segregation. They should have did away with it back then. Maybe things wouldn't be quite as hostile as it. Then again, people just hold on to grudges too. But I mean, now you got the same people, or at least the descendants of the same people, all these, centuries later, calling for segregation again, pretty much.
Yeah. It's it's
So-
not the shit. It's not the shit Martin Luther King was asking for.
Well,
at
you know
all.
what? I mean, this is a case for Alanis Morissette to fix her song, and now you really actually have something that's ironic. You dumb bitch.
I'm pretty sure there's I'm 80% sure it's in Boondocks where they have, I think it was Martin Luther King, didn't die. He was just in a coma, and he comes out of the coma sort of years and years later. I think that was set in either late 90s or early 2000s. And he's like, Martin Luther King is in the front of a group of African American people who are all hanging out in front of him. They're all cheering him on. And he said something like along the lines of like, I had a dream, but you guys fucked it up. And he gets worse than that. He goes into details about why they're all shiftless, this and that, and
Now,
things
see,
that we will get shut down for saying.
the way that story should have ended is Martin Luther King got pissed off. He went on to a tirade about how they screwed everything up. Then he pulled out 2 9mm and just started shooting everybody. Now that would have been an ending.
Yeah. That would have been definitely a way of finishing it. Because I'm pretty sure he just goes off into obscurity in the end of it.
So Boondock Saints of him.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. He finishes his speech with the is it that thing Asante that they say at the end before they kill someone, and it just pulls out the guns and starts just letting loose into the crowd.
Nomine Patri, Ufili,
Yeah.
Spiritus Sancti.
that one.
I never saw part 2. Was part 2 of that any good? I know they did it like a decade later.
I thought it was okay. I don't think it was the original, but it wasn't bad.
Nah.
Yeah, it was like after I
It was
saw the first one, I just wanted more of
good,
that.
but
I
it
wanted
wasn't.
to see
It
so
wasn't the
much more
first
of
one.
it.
Definitely, I agree with Tommy.
But yeah, it wasn't the same thing.
I also like that it was years before the first one was out. What, 99? What was it, 99 or 2000? I didn't see that till years later. When the hell was the first one?
I remember when I wound up finally picking it up on DVD. Like we like watched it constantly, just like watching all the special features and everything, especially with the bull dyke in the fish place.
the rule of thumb?
In the docks. Yeah.
The rule of thumb thing?
When he clocks her at the end. That shit was hilarious. Yo, Sentinel, what's going on?
What's up, Sentinel? How you doing? Why? Do you mean times like waiting for the election results? Is that what you mean?
Oh, well, you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to go to a meeting. You can just call AAA up. Oh, AA. Never mind. Don't you wish it worked like that?
Oh, that
Wrong-
you could call up
Wrong
Apple?
set of A's.
Alcohol Anonymous and automobiles.
They could just
AAA.
come pick you up.
Oh shh.
Well, all right, where are they going to drop you up?
Alcoholic automobiles.
They're going to pick you up, but where are they going to drop you up?
Probably in front of a liquor store. More.
Or a rehab center?
Mm.
What's up,
Okay.
Moira?
Okay,
How you doing?
if our life was a musical right now, I think a song would come on right now. There's a special place in hell for us. No, I don't know.
Oh no! Why? Why? Come on, because we're making some. Because we're making some remarks.
I think
I'm not. Come
think
on.
it's funny.
This isn't
Well,
a
I'm
hate
even
group.
making fun of it, so I'm
It's
not
not
much better either. So I don't know.
The Sentinel got it. AAA.
No.
Alcohol Anonymous
Yeah.
for automobile enthusiasts.
We're not a hate group, right? I hope not.
No.
No, but we're funny as fuck.
No, I'm a hate collective, apparently.
Oh.
I just don't want to be responsible for any hate group speech.
Don't
If
worry,
any-
you're not.
If anything, I'll be a one-man hate group. I don't want the responsibility of carrying a hate group.
One man hate army.
No, I was. Ooh.
It's like
You know,
a harmony.
if you have a hate group, come on, think about it. You gotta like assemble people. You gotta like do one-on-one interviews. Like, hey, do you hate the same people I do?
Well, no, do you know how they do it? And I'm actually going to
Check this box. Like, do
I'm
you
gonna-
do you hate Eskimos? Like,
I can
check
actually-
this box.
I can actually speak
How
from
much do you
experience
hate?
with this one, Slasher. When I was still living in Trenton years ago, there was a secondary house which was what we, I refer to as the Genesee Street house, which used to be my father's house, and that he wound up buying it, and he basically used it initially as a place to store shit. But I wound up living there for a while, and I was fixing it up, and I was staying there, and I had this guy come up to me. And he starts asking me questions about, hey, what's going on, brother? And I'm like, I've never seen this guy before. Some white guy in a freaking car. And I'm like, what do you want? And he hands me this pamphlet, and it's a fucking goddamn Nazi shit.
Holy shit, he's trying to recruit
Yeah,
you?
yeah. And he thought he was like going to recruit me because, like, I'm like, what? I said, you better get the fuck out of my face with this shit. He's like, oh, well, we're the same skin. And I said, dude, if you ever come back around this fucking house again, I am going to shove your pamphlets up your ass, and I'm going to set you and your fucking car on fire. He peeled wheels out of there, but holy shit. Yeah, they roll right up to people, and they start handing them pamphlets. That's what they do. They're fucking insane.
You want to hate some people? hey,
It's sort
Yeah.
of like hate
Yeah.
Mormons.
Yeah, I want to start hating on some people. I'll start with you skinhead.
They hate Mormons.
Oh,
Instead of like
hate Jehovah's Witnesses. Yeah.
yeah, hate Jehovah's Witnesses.
Well, here's the funny thing. It actually goes the other direction too. So I had some freaking idiot skinhead thought that he was going to recruit me, and then another time, I went to a Denny's with my parents, and because I was wearing Doc Martens, I had a black guy in a booth start accusing me of being a skinhead because I was wearing Doc Martens. I shit you not. I was like, what? Dude,
See
I said, I told him, I said, get up out of that booth.
That's
He said,
something
I ain't getting out of my. No, I said, you want to call me a skinhead? Get out of the booth, motherfucker. I'm going to knock your teeth down your throat.
I used to hear about that in the 80s and 90s, that those booths were always associated with like skinheads and that sort of shit, but I didn't know
Well,
that was I didn't know that was still a stigma.
Well, here's the thing I had learned years ago. So if you have combat boots or Doc Martens and you have red laces in there, that's supposed to signify that you're a skinhead who has done work for them. And apparently, if you have Doc Martens with white laces, you're just a racist, bigot skinhead.
Moira hates Scientologists. I can't
know.
say I ever met a Scientologist.
Well, you watch John Travolta movies, so.
All right, I don't know John Travolta. It's not like me and him, are barbecuing every weekend. I know who he is.
More, before the grunge of Seattle, because, the grunge people in Seattle, they pretty much appropriated everything from everyone else. The first group of people that were, like, toting the Doc Martens were the damn punks over in England. Those are the ones that actually really got the Doc Martens going. Now, I'll tell you what, man, Doc Martens, they are some comfortable boots. Expensive as shit, but they are comfortable.
I guess they're good for stomping people of other races, right?
Now, you know what?
Yeah.
If you wanted to so be a freaking bigot and stomp people, and actually, you don't even have to be a racist to be wanting to stomp people. But if you want to stomp people, you're better off getting military.
You don't? Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you're better off with like big, heavy, like steel caps and stuff like that.
Today's moral of the day is you don't have to be racist to stomp people. Okay. See, we learn things every day.
Get some telephone pole climbing boots.
Stomp people equally.
Oh, no.
That's right. Equal stomping.
Yeah.
I tell you, and if you knock
Get
them
some
down,
telephone pole climbing boots.
let me
with
tell
the
you,
spikes in the back.
if you get them down, you want to keep them down, and the best way to do that is you stomp them in their baby nuts. There you go. That's your lesson for today.
Ooh.
This ad was brought to you by Doc Martens. That's the unofficial ad on my channel right now. But hey, Doc Martens, if you want to stomp people, wear a pair of Doc Martens.
It's either grow a pair or wear a pair.
It's like you go into the shoe shop and you're like, I'm really looking for something that's got like high stomping value. Like I don't need something for like your running or like a nice dress shoe for work. I really need something that has a good stomp in it.
It's something that could repeatedly bounce off concrete without wearing and tearing.
Yeah. They say, "Oh, you mean bouncing off concrete? You mean like running?"
And then you're like, yeah, running, yeah.
That's the ticket. So how did we de-evolve into this?
I always talk bullshit like this when I do my streams. It always turns into shit like this. I don't know. Whatever anyone wants to talk about. If you want to talk about stopping people, we can talk about stopping people. If you want to talk about the durability of boots, we can talk about the durability of boots.
I think we already covered those subjects.
I
So
tell
you got to
I tell
get
you,
good thick leather so it holds together. And the oiling, it's important. It's got to stay supple.
the best pair of boots I ever had, and I know that they're really good because they held up kicking a pit bull right in the mouth. Um, I had a
Hopefully,
pair
it
of
was
like
attacking you. You weren't
it was I
kicking
was this was like back when I was like maybe 17 or so, and I had a half German Shepherd, half Chamois dog. I told you that story about the wild Samoans. They met my parents and they were going over on and on about the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
The
that. It was,
wrestlers.
yeah, it was that dog. I was walking her, and this pit bull came up and tried to attack her. So I stood in front of her, and I just started kicking this pit bull right in the freaking mouth. And they were basically jump boots. They were like like army or Air Force type jump boots, and they got like the steel toe in them. Those things are freaking hardcore because the soles of those things are like I think they're like wood or something, and then they have the rubber around them. They are hardcore.
Things are no joke. Jump boots.
Good for a stomping and a kicking.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's
Baby
what we
nuts.
want in boot stuff.
Just remember, baby nuts. That's what it always is. The fight's over then.
Dollified. Who was Dollified? I've never
Dollified?
seen Dollified before.
Oh
but
yeah,
hello,
Dollified's cool.
Dollified.
Dollified's cool.
Hello, Dollified. Never seen Dollified before.
Dollified's around. Dollified.
Thank you for being in the chat of Midnight Fatality.
Dollified has connections. Founding in the comics.
Oh, really? Oh.
On the no.
Hey, remember to kill a commie
Kill
for
a
mommy.
commie for mommy.
Sentinel, are you saying something about Kamala? Because you got to be careful about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, she openly admitted she did. Says I saw some of the video she put out, where it was basically like communism for everybody, yay!
Freaking idiots. You know what I mean? Absolute idiots.
For everybody.
Have they been not paying attention for the past like 100 years to see what socialism and communism does? Why do you think so many people ran away from Cuba?
I was saying this to Chris yesterday. Back in the 80s, in the good old 80s, where you were taught to like shun commies. Here in the good old US of A, 1985, Cold War era. Come on, Rocky IV. Come on, you're supposed to hate commies.
How many movies? Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just saying, I wish I could find another one that I saw, another video they put out, which was basically saying that communism is good and will bring everybody happiness because when you've got nothing, you'll be happy.
Sure. Right.
That's a hell of a philosophy.
Basically, if everyone has nothing, then there's nothing to worry about, so everyone's happy.
Let's wait on them bread lines.
I don't know. Can we have a poll sent over to China and ask how happy everybody is?
Venezuela.
And they're all standing there saying we're very happy while they're blinking in code. Save me.
It's not safe. Run.
Yeah.
Why are you pinching my arm? What's going on here?
You notice the blinking rate is SOS in Morse code.
Communism great. You want to take my sister as bride?
Who is WERD? Word.
I don't know.
Shall I let them through?
No, get the can of Raid ready if you're going to.
Yep.
If you ain't copying, you ain't paying.
Get up.
Drop
them out.
There you go.
All right, raid to your face.
Hey, hold on.
You got that block button.
Just give me 1 second here. See, this is the best that they can ever do. They always talk about copy and paste, and they're pretty much giving their trade secrets away because that's all they can do.
I got the raid can
you know, when you're so talented,
Cockroaches get sprayed. Cockroaches get sprayed.
you know, when you're so talented, the only thing you could do is the same boring, lame shit over and over again. It really speaks volumes
I'm
about your
actually
level of
glad I let
intelligence.
that. I'm actually glad I let that moron through for a second, so I could say bye bye, moron. Raid can to your fucking face. Eat a dick.
And when you say raid can to the face, you don't mean like spray. You mean like upside.
I mean,
Fucking
you know what?
Laura.
Here's what I want to know. I want to know when they're going to let schools reopen. This way, these idiots will stop showing up. Because, you know, I'm pretty sure that their mother and their father are really getting tired of them yelling and screaming that kind of stuff in the basement all the time.
And if any other cockroaches want to come through,
Yeah, I
you
wouldn't
ain't
even
coming
waste.
through. You ain't
I wouldn't
coming
even
through.
waste any more thoughts on them, Slasher.
Suck a dick. You ain't coming through. You could actually blow a fucking whole cage full of Ebola infected monkeys, and there you go. You'll probably be more satisfied doing that than fucking coming through here and screaming your stupid ass fucking line over and over again. Because I'm sure you and your whole crew suck a lot of monkey dick,
Those poor monkeys.
right?
I like immediately just had this vision of like this monkey like getting a blowjob against its will, trying to like push the person off and fighting them away, and freaking out.
It's horrendous.
It is horrendous.
You know, I'm going to take it in a different direction for a few minutes, and I've actually talked about it a couple times with a few other people. But holy shit, man! Have you seen those new retro He-Man figures?
I've heard about them.
They're amazing looking. I wound up picking up a bunch of them, and I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have
They do
wasted the
look
money,
nice.
but holy crap! I got almost the whole first series. I got the He-Man, I got Skeletor, Tila, Evelyn, and Man at Arms, and then I wound up seeing Battle Cat, and I picked that up too. The packaging, the packaging looks very old school. It looks very reminiscent of the way they did the old packaging, and the figures themselves look just very, very much just like the old figures, except there's more articulation. They're actually amazingly done. It's like a really big surprise. It's almost like the GI Joe retros that they're releasing. They look very old school GI Joe.
They've been doing retros of everything though.
I know it's great. I mean, have they finally started to wake up? Like really wake up?
Well, charging $25 for a fucking figure is highway robbery.
Those damn He-Man figures, they were $15 a piece. Battle Cat was like almost 25. I was like, holy shit. Snake Mountain. No, they don't have any of the play sets yet. They do have they have some kind of like flying like vehicle with Prince Adam that's coming out or just came out. They have an Orko figure coming out, some kind of skeleton guy like he glows in the dark.
Scare glow.
Scare glow, yes. They have Orko coming out, Trapjaw, and what was the other one? Manny Faces. The only one that I missed out of the first series that they did release was Beastman. I haven't found that one.
I have a
But
bunch
apparently,
of the old ones that I can't find. I don't know where the fuck they are.
no, apparently they're going to be re-releasing a whole bunch of these figures now. So
You remember the Battle Cat that had no articulation at all?
Yep.
Oh, yeah,
Just
the
had a
old-
solid one.
And
yeah,
then they
it
made
was
the
from the
and
it
then
was
they
from
made
the old gym line.
and
Or
then they made the
Big Jim.
purple furry one, the Skeletor.
Yeah. I had I think we had the purple one but lost it, and and the Battle Cat was mine, and like I carry that thing with me everywhere when I was little. I absolutely fucking loved that thing. And like, I have no idea whatever happened to it now, but yeah, I had it for years and years and years, and lost all the armor and everything for it, and all that was left was just the cat itself. And yeah,
You
Oh,
know
that
how
was
many
90%
old
of the toy anyway.
Yeah, you know how many
Yeah.
old school toys I have where it's just bare bones, it's like has nothing left of it.
yeah. I've got a sweet FA of that stuff left. That's most of that stuff's gone.
Well, that's the interesting thing about those toys too. I mean, you realize that was basically it was basically what you would call a label swap, so to speak. They already had a mold for a line called Big Jim from years ago, and they took that old Tiger and they just repainted it and made Battle Cat. And
Oh,
then later on,
this was on
yeah,
the
Yeah, it
toy
did look
that,
sort of
yeah,
something like that.
yeah,
Like, it
that
looked
was
like an
on
older toy than it was.
that was
yep,
on the toys that made us, right?
yes,
That was that shit?
absolutely,
Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
absolutely, yep. They touch on a lot of good stuff on that
Yeah,
show.
I know. They
I
have a
mean,
lot of back info.
they do miss a few things here and there, but for the most part, they're pretty spot on with most of it. So
I remember people had what the hell was the Skeletor version of Battle Cat called? What the hell was his name? Do you remember?
it was Panther.
Panther. I remember people had this one that had so much wear and tear on it that the fur on it was scraped off.
Yeah.
It was like ripped up grass, and
Well,
like underneath was the
That patchy
green mold.
fur.
Yeah,
yeah. Well, the same thing
Yeah.
happened to the other figure, Moss Man.
yeah. First off,
It started to look like they're really sick or something.
all Moss Man was Beast Man with fucking AstroTurf on him. Because they start recycling the way they all looked.
Well,
Yeah,
they
well,
were
like,
keeping production costs down.
Yeah, if you can just change your head and you've got a whole new toy.
Basically, they made blue fucking He-Man and gave him Skeletor's legs.
Well, what about the one when they did the Faker? All they did was repaint him.
Faker, yeah, that's why he was blue He-Man with fucking with Skeletor's feet.
Could imagine being in the like one of the places working there, and you've got all the different parts of all the different characters and all the different molds that you've got, and it's just like mix and match, create a new character, give it a backstory, then grab another lot, mix and match, another character, give it a backstory.
Well, almost every single one of them had the same exact fucking torso part. Every single one of them. Like the arms and
Yeah.
legs were always shaped the same, but with differences. Like the bad guys always had to have the webbed feet.
Well, there was a few I thought that had like a clawed feet.
Some of them had boots too. I think Beastman had boots. Pretty sure Beastman had boots. But those are expensive. Those shits that those pictures you showed me. That's too
You
expensive
know what, though?
for
I
He-Man
mean,
figures.
look how many years they got away with doing that, though. I mean, they rode that right to freaking like superstardom. They rode it right to the bank. They outperformed well beyond their expectations. So I guess you can't really fault them for it.
And they
I
knew
mean,
what they were doing.
No, yeah, they most definitely did. I mean, that was probably the one thing that when Eastman and Laird finally agreed to do the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with Playmates, that was probably the one thing that was extremely different from a lot of different lines. Is they were going to recycle those four turtles over and over and over again, but they were going to do completely new molds every time, except for maybe the head.
Oh, but those got so much worse and worse and worse. When they had birthday turtles and fucking astronaut turtles.
Fuck yeah. That was crazy.
It was pointless. Stupid. That's like you're just gonna keep killing your line. It's like the Batman figures. When Kenner started making Batman figures, and they started making 90 Batman figures, but in different ugly colors. But we're gonna put out 2 villains during this line, where you have to pick throughout 90 different Batman figures with a different fucking accessory.
Electro-plated Batman.
Yeah, I
Didn't
want
they
a
do the
yellow. I
similar
want
thing?
yellow underwater Batman. Yeah.
They did a similar thing with Star Wars, didn't they? Where they decided to come out with like there's a pink Darth Vader and a green Darth Vader and a
Oh
yellow
my
Darth
god.
Vader.
No, I didn't see that, but
Apparently, this is one of the recent runs that they did. There was like I think that you could get. I vaguely remember seeing something like a packet of Darth Vader's, all the different colors of the rainbow, and it was supposed to be something they were doing for like Pride Day or Pride celebration or something.
Yeah.
wait, they made a Pride Batman?
No, Darth Vader's.
Oh, okay.
It could have been Batman's. It could have been Batman's.
They probably did make a Pride Batman.
Oh, it might be. I might be right. It might be Batman's. They did. It was a while ago. Somebody was doing a YouTube video about it, and I was watching their YouTube video, and they're just like, apart from they were basically saying that they get to buy lots of Batmans or lots of toys, so they're happy. But it's kind of like, what it has Pride Celebration got to do with any of these characters?
Well, what sort of crime would Pride Batman fight and solve? What would he do?
I don't know if I want to think about that too much.
I mean, like, would there be
Have you
just,
seen the recent runs of Batman and of most of the Marvel and DC cartoons?
Like,
A lot of the
I see
comics.
it online. I see it online, and I'm glad I when I look
I've
at
picked
comics,
up a
I'm
digital
glad
copy
I
here
look.
and there that I'll
No,
just have
I
a look
can't
at.
do
But
it. I can't do it. I can't do it.
No, you know what? The only good thing that I've actually seen them do is the Three Jokers.
Of the newer shit.
Yeah, yeah. They had a short. It was like a three book series. It was called the Three Jokers. That was actually pretty decent.
I'll have to check that out.
The last new thing I got was probably about Jesus Christ. What was it? 2017, 2018, Bane Conquest. That was the last new thing I got. Other than that, everything else has been back issues because just seeing the behavior and the stupidity from both big companies, I don't know. It makes me not want to support it.
No, I mean that was almost as bad as what was it? Diamond Comic Books, where they were sending money to bail criminals and stuff like that out of jail. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure, or was it Dynamite? No, it was Dynamite.
Really?
Yeah, it was Dynamite Comics.
You mean doing the fucking we're gonna bail out the rider shit that some of the Hollywood people were trying to do? That shit?
Yep.
Oh, Jesus fucking H.
That's
Yeah, there
really
was
disappointing.
There was a big stink about it because there was a bunch of people that are working through Comicsgate that were going through Dynamite, and yeah, there was a whole lot of people that got pissed off about it. And like I don't know if like a lot of people just didn't know about it, but yeah, like articles were brought up about their mission statement for it and everything like that. It was pretty fucked up shit. Like,
Well, all right.
really?
Well, how big is their fucking comic book label anyway?
Well, they pretty much relaunched. Oh Jesus, why am I blanking on her name now? The vampire chick.
Vampirella.
Yeah, they pretty much relaunched that, and then they had a bunch of other titles they were putting out. So I mean, they were like moving up in the world, and a lot of people got irritated when they seen that shit. I mean, that's a problem with all these companies. They want a product, they want to sell a product, but then they want to start forcing their politics on everybody, and they still just not have not figured this out, that people don't want their goddamn politics in their entertainment. We don't want it. And it doesn't matter whether it's on the pages or it's whether it's in your mission statement and every sale of every book, that percentage is going to go to that kind of shit. People are not going to support that kind of crap.
Or whether it's through your creators' tweets and all social media shit, you know.
It's not just the political message, because if they were to present it as like they are going to present their argument in the story, but they're replacing the story with their argument, and not even that, is that they are saying I'm right and this is what I believe, and we don't need a story. That's all I need to have. And if they were like, there's like, you look at things like science, a lot of the sci-fi, where they can bring in or they can discuss political issues without beating you over the head with one side or the other.
No, people can't help themselves with that. I don't know why.
I mean, like old stuff. I mean, the modern now stuff. Yeah, nobody can help themselves. Like
I'm saying, yeah, now stuff. Now stuff is just, it's infested with it. And it's like, no, you don't have to do that. All right, if a character is a certain sexuality, let's not make that the character's main trait. Can we just make it that, hey, this just happens to be a part of the character? No?
Yeah. Focus on the character as part of the story instead of as a vehicle to push an agenda.
Yep.
But I think Darth was gonna.
Yeah, I'm gonna head out, guys.
All right,
have
man.
fun tonight.
Thanks for coming through
All right,
for a
Darth.
bit.
Oh, yeah, I about.
No worries, dude.
Blanked out on you a couple times over here. I'm
Yeah.
heading out.
Yeah, all right.
It happens.
Thanks for coming through, man. Later,
It's
Darth.
late. Catch you later, dude.
Yeah, no, I have a long day tomorrow too, but I'm gonna try and hang out for a little while.
Yeah, no problem.
Awesome.
I am getting close to finishing the living room and my parents' room, and then I've got the dreaded decision to make. Do I go down into the basement and start, or do I go up to the attic? Either one is going to be horrendous.
I thought you made your way up to the attic.
No, still just working on the living room, dining room, and my parents' room.
Good God. Jesus fucking Christ.
Almost done though. Almost done.
Now, I'm glad that we didn't have quite that sort of volume of space to work with when I was doing my grandfather's place. We only had he had a small kitchen and dining area that was sort of all in one, and then there was like a lounge room and a couple of bedrooms.
Yeah. Well, at one time it was actually worse, Chris, because when my dad had the other house, he had a whole bunch of stuff over there too.
Sorry, guys. I'll be back in 1 second. Just going to mute myself real quick.
And when he didn't pay the taxes on the house and they came and took it, he lost all the extra stuff that he had stored over there too, because he was just like piling shit up in that house as well.
Yeah, I suppose that's probably a blessing in disguise there a bit.
Yeah, I can't imagine if that house would have still been there, and I would. Oh no.
That would have been like a whole nother start again from scratch.
I think I would have lost it at that point. At that point, I think there would have been a book of matches and some gas.
Yeah. So let it all go. Yeah, it's easier that way.
Well, I know the one thing about going, if I do decide to go up in the attic, one of the things that's actually kind of like something that would make me want to go up there is up in that room in a big giant, like, I want to say it's probably maybe a 50-gallon corrugated drum there's a whole assload of my toys from my childhood.
That'd be like mainlining nostalgia.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
Good stuff, man. I know there's Buck Rogers in the 25th century up there. There's like Battlestar Galactica stuff. There's one of the Shogun Godzilla. Then there's a bunch of the die-cast Shogun figures that were like 6 inches tall or whatever they were, 5 or 6 inches tall. There's a
Damn.
load of them.
I think that going to the attic would probably be good. Because what you're going through at the moment is like a really heavy slog, and you got to really push through a lot of this stuff. Whereas I got the feeling that maybe going up into the attic and doing the attic, there's going to be stuff like the toys and stuff like that up there. So it's not going to be as heavy and weighing on you doing it. It'll be that'll sort of lighten the mood a little bit. Not massively, but like something's better than nothing.
Oh yeah, definitely. The one cool thing about that room is there's a whole bunch of the stuff is already in boxes or in crates. So
that makes it such easier.
Yeah, it's gonna make tons of it a lot easier because it's not a whole bunch of small shit like there was in the living room and in my parents' room. There's like coins scattered around and watches and this, that, and the other thing. Like a whole bunch of small shit. I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to worry about sifting through all the small stuff that's all over the place. Most of the stuff is just in boxes, or they're like, games in their boxes. I just got to pick up the games, make sure all the pieces stay in the boxes, and put them in a crate, or put them in another box to secure them. So, a lot of it's it's going to be fairly quick, I think, when I get in the attic. It's just a matter of digging it all out of there and getting somebody to help me take it up and down the stairs because my knees and my back are not going to make it going up and down all those steps.
Yeah, I can sympathize with that. The place I'm living, I'm on the second floor, and we only have like concrete steps for getting up and down. Like on a good day, it's okay, but if you have to do it too many times and you're not on a good day, it starts to become a bit of a pain.
Yeah, it will wear you down.
Yeah. You got to construct like a pulley system or something.
I tell you what, if there was a way for me to just put a slide and just slide them all the way down like a Grinch type thing or something, I would so do that.
The Grinch is still Christmas sliding the stuff away, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think I might be able to get some pack mules over. Like convince my daughter and her friends to come back over around that time and just have them lug everything.
So where are they staying?
They're over in PA. So
are they at the age where you can bribe them with pizza?
Well, what I was doing is I was buying them lunch.
Yeah, lunch is good. Yeah.
Before I brought them over, Oh, JJ.
What's up, JJ?
What's up, Tommy?
Hey.
Krish? Slasher? What the fuck are you doing?
What am I doing with what?
You know there's one word I can use, and that's called lurking. I've been paying attention. What the fuck are you doing, man?
Doing with what? What did I do with what?
I know you already got that can of Raid, man. What the fuck you doing?
Yeah, I did it. I sprayed that motherfucker in the face. And guess what? Motherfucker gave me 4 dislikes on its own.
That's all channel interaction.
I whatever, man. I ain't got no time for that guy. I really don't, man. I don't know what his problem is, but I ain't got no time for him.
No. I knew it, the stupid picture he put up was suspect. So I was like, let me see what spiel you're gonna say, and I could just cut you off in the middle of it. That's exactly what I did. And him and his little fucking bitch ass crew, or his 1-man crew, whatever the fuck he thinks he is.
What, dude? Whatever, man. I don't.
What he wants.
he has his moments where he'll try to attack me, and he's done it twice already. And I done told him both times. I said, whatever makes you sleep at night.
In fact,
I don't give a damn.
in fact, I don't even want to pay that motherfucking attention. So
Well, there you go. I already forgot about him.
Yeah.
Who?
Exactly. How the hell you doing, JJ?
I'm not bad, Tommy. How about yourself, bro?
I feel like I got hit by a dump truck and drugged for about 20 miles, but other than that, I'm okay.
You look great for a man that got hit by a dump truck and got drugged 20 miles.
It's all the cybernetics.
Oh, okay. All right. Hey, man, you need. Hey, speaking of which, you need to do a little trim around the ears. Or you're getting a little long.
No, that's
Might get caught up in the circuitry.
Don't want to get your hair caught in a servo.
But yeah, man. Guess what? I know you found a lot of cool shit. Christmas is right around the corner, bro.
yeah, that's true. You could be like a one man.
I am hoping
one man Amazon. Like
I am hoping
dude.
I am hoping that I can even get out of here before Christmas.
But that's fine. That's fine.
Hoping.
If I can pull it off, if I can pull it off, I'm gonna head down to Orlando within the next few months. All right, it was supposed to be this month, but things went a little sideways. But I'm going down and I'm gonna hang out with LDG. If I've got faith enough in my vehicle from that point, if you're home, I'll come and fucking hang out with you. We'll go have lunch.
Nice.
And then bring my happy ass back up north. But we ain't going to no fucking hotel room. Fuck that shit.
Well, before Tommy leaves up here, me and him are gonna visit Coney Island.
Hell yeah.
Motherfucker, by the time that happens, Coney Island's going to be frozen.
I don't care, dude.
Yeah, it is. But he still wants to see the Wonder Wheel.
I need to physically see the Wonder Wheel with my own eyes. I have to.
Hey, dude, you were just fucking there. Why couldn't y'all just win that day?
Because he sprung up on me as a surprise house guest.
Well, Slasher, I know that, but Tommy knew he was coming.
I don't have a car. If I had a car, I'd be like, yo, well, that ass to take the car there.
Tommy knew he was coming. But maybe another trip for another time.
Well, I gotta go back up there anyway because I was still debating on whether or not, because one of the things my dad always says he wanted to have some of his ashes.
Wookie's here.
What's up, Wookie? He said he wanted to have some of his ashes thrown off the Brooklyn Bridge. So
yeah, good luck with that.
I mean, I could put some in a straw and just shoot it over or something.
Ew. Don't inhale, man. Seriously, my dumbass would make that mistake.
I just thinking some guy like who's walking on the bridge late at night comes up to you, sees what you're doing, goes, "Hey man, can I have a line?"
I'll tell you what, I could always do it like Jesus, what was that movie? Shawshank Redemption. Just like kick it out of my pant legs as I'm walking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that works.
Why? So the street sweeper can get it? No, they can't get the sidewalk. There is walkways on the Brooklyn Bridge, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there is. Yeah.
Okay, well, never mind. Never mind.
I think there's bike paths on the Brooklyn Bridge. I've never walked across the Brooklyn Bridge, so.
I've never been to New York, so I'm just trying to figure this shit out as I go.
I've never been to America, so I've got no idea.
Lucky you, man.
Come on, bro. Save your pennies. Come visit.
Please, the shithole.
I'm saving my money up for my next move. I'm going back to India.
Well, you know what? There's fast food restaurants on every single corner because we're so fat that so fat over here. So
you have
Speak for yourself.
You have Korean pizzerias. You have Chinese Tex-Mex places. We're a melting pot.
Yeah. Melting
Best
pot
best thing I
of
ever best thing I ain't never sunk my teeth into because I ain't got no teeth is some good old fashioned uh, Korean barbecue.
I never had Korean barbecue either.
Dude, that's some awesome shit.
I used to work right down the block from a Korean barbecue place, but I never went in there.
No. I think this is an interesting question. Like you see, like all these different restaurants that pop up all over the place. You see French restaurants and Italian restaurants and Indian restaurants and all that stuff. How come you don't see any Australian restaurants?
No, you don't. I mean, other
because
than
there
what?
isn't a lot of
Well, like,
specifically Australian cuisine.
but I'm saying like
There's
Outback Steakhouse would be the closest you would come to
Yeah,
seeing that shit,
that's
right?
not Australian.
I know.
No.
It's like the Olive Garden of Australia.
Just like Foster's is an Australian for beer,
And
okay?
it's like the
No, we don't drink
Olive Garden is not Italian food. It's the same shit, you know.
it.
Don't get me wrong, Olive Garden has some good food, but it's not true Italian
It's not
food.
Italian food. Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah.
if you want to go that route. It's just like Uno's. Uno's is not Chicago style pizza, even though they
I would
claim it.
I wouldn't know.
I never
No,
had
I
Chicago style.
well, I know some
Never
people.
had Chicago
I knew
style.
some people from Chicago, and they said that whole line where it's Chicago style pizza is absolute bullshit. They said that's not what Chicago style pizza is like. So, no, there you go, Chris. You need to
Sure,
you need to
stop
come over.
meatloaf.
You need to come over here, and you need to start some true,
See,
real,
the Australian
authentic Australian restaurants.
All right, look.
the Australian cuisine is like we're like
Wait.
where we started from.
Sentinel is right. Olive Garden is like Red Lobster. Like you're not gonna. Red Lobster is not really a seafood restaurant. Red Lobster is the ghettoest of ghetto seafood restaurants.
Besides, I don't think he could actually make a dollar here because it takes a lot of money to import all them dingoes.
Yeah,
You don't
and
need
they're
to
just the
import
ones
them.
who cook the babies. I mean, what?
You don't need to import them. You just need to bring a couple over just to breed them. Same thing with the kangaroos, and there you go. You can have your own little Australian farm.
Well, like,
Gator tail.
Most Australians don't eat that sort of stuff. Most of the commonly eaten food comes from the fact that we were a British prison colony, so a lot of the food is based on British food, and then you have like the other people who immigrated to Australia, and then during the gold rush there was a lot of people from China and from Asia immigrating to Australia, so there it has a huge Asian influence on Australian food, and like we.
But Chris, people are expecting kangaroo. You can't disappoint them.
Well, look, Sentinel eats cooked babies.
Oh, here
Sentinel
I got a question. I got a question for Chris. How much does it irritate you when you hear koala bears?
Hear what?
When you hear koala bears?
Why would that irritate me?
I don't know. I've heard some people that said they said they're Australian, and the terminology of koala bears irritates the whole hell out of them because they're not really bears.
Oh no, I mean koala bears is just a word, what they're called. They're not
Marsupial.
actually bears, but yeah, that that some people are incredibly precious about things is kind of because like there are losers everywhere.
They're kind of
Like-
they're like the way they look is like the mix between a tiny bear and a sloth.
Yeah. But you do want to piss me off is I'm going to type something into the private chat, and I want you to say that word for me.
Wookie?
No,
Yes.
no, not
Yes,
if
Wookie.
not if it's gonna be.
No,
Like,
I don't. I
like-
don't want to say it because I don't want to give away pronunciation. So I'm going to put it in the private chat. Yeah, I can put it in the private chat. And you can say that word for me.
This is going to be a magic word that got to be shut down.
Melbourne.
Oh, okay.
Melbourne. Either way.
Yeah, how are you going to say it?
Melbourne?
No, I said Melbourne.
How would you pronounce it, Tommy?
Melbourne.
It's pronounced Melbourne.
Melbourne?
Melbourne. Like Ben but short. Melbourne.
Okay. See, here in America, I've always been taught to pronounce it Melbourne.
No, you never pronounce it Melbourne. Nobody pronounces it Melbourne.
We do.
It's Melbourne. Like Wookie did right there, Melbourne.
But then again, there's also Louisville, Kentucky, that's supposed to be pronounced Louisville. I don't pronounce it that shit.
Louisville, yeah.
No, it's spelt Louisville, but they pronounce it Louisville. No, I say Louisville.
Yeah, Louisville.
Well, that's like if you look at the way they spell New Orleans, it's New Orleans.
Yeah.
But they pronounce it New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just like Louisiana, they pronounce it Louisiana.
Well,
So-
Louisiana.
Some people I've heard, yes, say, like JJ said, Louisiana.
Florida's always Florida, though.
All right, what do you say, Iraq or
No.
what does everyone here say? Do you say it Iran or Iran? And do you say Iraq or Iraq?
It's La
Iraq?
Florida.
Iran.
I've always said Iran.
Yeah. Anyone else? What do you say, Iran?
I've never heard it pronounced that way myself, but
Yeah, I've heard it pronounced that way.
I mean,
Yeah, I
it's just-
also heard that Flock of Seagulls song too.
Iran so far away?
Yeah. And Iran. Oh,
But
Sorry.
some people say
So far away.
some people also say Iraq. Like how do they say it in Australia, Chris? Do they say Iran or Iraq, or do they say Iran or Iraq?
We Iran. And I don't know, Iraq. I don't know.
well,
You
it's
say a word enough times again and again and again, and it kind of loses all meaning.
well. I've heard. You know, speaking of the population, I've heard Iraqis. I've heard Iraqis.
Yep.
Um,
yeah, same.
You know, I've heard Iraq, Iraq. You know, it's
I've heard Iranians or Iranians. I've heard both.
well, it's the same thing with Vietnam. You get Vietnam, you get Vietnam. So
Viet-
Oh, yeah,
Vietnam.
yeah, same thing. Vietnam.
As a Wookiee is saying this, so it would be Iraq and Irol.
Iraq. I say
Yeah.
Iraq. I say Iraq.
Iraq and Irol.
Ever since Desert Storm, I've been taught to say Iraq. It's like some people say Italian, some people say Italian.
Aren't you only supposed to say Italian if you are actually Italian? Because it's like No, sorry.
Like I'm Italian.
I'm Italian, you know what I'm saying?
camel toe. Mm-mm-mm.
Kamala Harris.
Yeah, Kamala.
Camilla. Yeah, Camilla. And that was so funny how she tried to use her Jamaican heritage and family as like political leverage, and her entire family turned against her for it.
Yeah,
They're all sort of like, yeah, like that's a horrible thing. It is stereotypes. No, we're not like that at all.
Well, I love how this country is not going to have a president until next week. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, every vote counts except the ones that were thrown in garbage. Every vote counts except for ones that were thrown in garbage cans, I guess.
No, we still have a president. They just don't know who the next one is yet.
Yeah.
Just because the
'Cause, yeah,
election's over, he's in office until till what, January?
January. Yeah, January.
that was the whole thing they were saying about the ACB thing. Is they're saying, oh, he hasn't got the power to do it, and they're saying, well, yeah, he kind of does, because he's. It's not like his presidential powers fade in and fade out.
Yeah, I know we have a president. I'm talking about.
No. I just now got around to
I'm talking
reading.
the results. This is ridiculous.
No, I was giggling because I just got around to seeing what Wookie put up as far as Kamala, and I just giggled out loud. You know, I like that camel toe.
With the K. Camel
Yeah,
with
with
a
a K.
Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's camel toe. I don't care what you say.
Military.
I don't know.
Who would want to look at it anyway?
Yeah, I was
somebody-
just thinking that. I was
Not
just trying to
me.
think, like, there's not too many you can think of that are like,
Not
that are
me.
worse than that. I mean, like, we could sort of say Susan Boyle or something.
I'll tell you what. Somebody needs to quarter roll Kamala Harris.
Yeah,
If
that's
you don't know what quarter rolling is, for shame.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I love a good camel toe, but not from no.
A good camel toe?
Yeah, dude.
What's
It
a bad
depends.
camel toe?
I mean, it
Oh,
depends.
if I understood Tommy correctly, the quarter roll.
I mean, it's not like I want to see her in a fucking, pulling up her thong in a front picture,
Well, first off, who cares if she's wearing a thong? It's not pretty either way you look at it.
Holy shit! Holy shit, Sentinel! Wow. If you tested the contents of her stomach, you'd be able to clone half of the elected officials in California.
Oh, good God.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
hell.
Yeah.
No, that's going deep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it did.
Going deep.
It's going real deep.
Yeah.
It's going extra deep.
Wow. That's bravo.
Yeah,
I think-
she is going. If this asshole wins, if this robotic asshole wins, she is basically going to be the president.
Yeah, they're gonna 25th Amendment. 25th Amendment his ass right out of office.
It's going to be
Yeah,
the way
push her in.
Cheney. It's going to be the way Cheney was with GW. Cheney was the string puller.
No, they're
like-
not going to pull his strings. They're just going to get rid of him.
They got to cut them. But I'm thinking that that if she gets into power, you're going to have a vice president, then eventually she becomes president, who celebrates the idea of sleeping your way to the top.
No. We have to turn a blind eye to that. No. Chris, you're wrong. We have to turn a blind eye to that.
Like the same blind eye she had when they missed.
Oh, hell.
My eye.
Listen, when it comes to Democrats and their bullshit, you have to turn a blind eye to it. Come on, Joe Biden was accused of stuff, but good old Alyssa Milano was like, hey, I'm going to ditch my Me Too bullshit and support Joe Biden. Hey, we don't believe all victims anymore.
Yeah, so it's like Me Too if you're with them. So it's not really Me Too. It's more
Yeah.
like We Too.
Exactly. It's the same thing with Black Lives Matter, or only certain Black Lives Matter. As long as you toe the Democratic line, then Black Lives Matter.
But that's the thing, is that, like, why can't people see that on the other side of the divide, that, like, it doesn't matter what color you are?
Because programming. That's the best I could come up with. because of constant media programming.
Yeah, but then every time I turn on YouTube, there's another guy who, African American guy who was like you know, terrified of Trump and all that sort of stuff, and then he went to a rally just to prove how bad they are, and like he finds the difference is he goes to a Democrat rally, and the first thing they ask him is what he identifies as, like you know, where his heritage, like you know, is he African American or is he from somewhere else or stuff like that. And the second thing they ask him is what his gender identity is. And but then when he goes to the Trump one, then or the Democrat stuff, then they say, "Hey, how are you? Would you like a
Yeah,
beer?"
I've seen that one. Yes, I've seen that one.
There's been a number of them like that. There are stories of that nature, and you're sort of like,
Well, what
how does
about
this not just get more publicity than it does?
the off duty? He was he. I can't remember if he was off duty or retired, and he was shot in the back of the head during the really start of the riots. He was a black guy. His name was David
Yeah.
Dorn.
He was ex-cop.
His black life didn't seem to matter at that point.
Yeah.
Here in the Bronx, not in my particular part of the Bronx, there was that father who was walking down the street holding his daughter's hand, walking her to school. He got shot in a drive-by, killed. Did his life matter? Do we get? Does this guy get to be posted up as a martyr? I'm just saying, there's a lot of talking out of both sides of the mouth, and
Yeah.
it's not good. It's not good. It doesn't make your side look good. It makes your side look like you just want to fucking be a political panderer as opposed to being a fucking decent human being. Am I wrong for thinking that way? Am I racist for thinking that way? I guess to some people I might be.
Yes, you're terrible and racist. In Australia, we had a lady come forward to start up her own political party to try and take on the two-party system. And she started a party that she called One Nation. And the idea was that that One Nation stood for the idea that it doesn't matter if you're a person who has immigrated to Australia to try and start a new life. It doesn't matter if you are a Aboriginal Australian. It doesn't matter if you're a white Australian who's born in Australia. Everybody is counted as an Australian and has counted the same. So you don't get anything extra from the government, and the government doesn't help you any extra because you're Aboriginal, doesn't help you any less because you're from anywhere particular, or if you're a white Australian, it doesn't help you more or less than anyone else. Everyone should get the same level of help from the government, regardless of your background. You know what happened to her?
Yeah, what happened?
She turned. Basically, the media decided that she was a laughing stock and a racist, and they were all white nationalists, and she got the Trump treatment.
The Trump treatment.
Yeah.
Shot her dad while he held her hand.
Yeah, Rookie knows what I'm talking about. It happened here. There was a video of it.
Yeah.
Not in my particular area of the Bronx, but in one of the slightly worse ones.
Yes, it's also illegal not to vote in Australia. You'll get a fine, and I believe they were talking about it that you will lose your driver's license as well.
Oh, hello, Ensign Ricky. How you doing?
Hey, Ensign.
What's up, Ricky?
crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a normal world. We just have to accept it, right?
Hey, like depending what happens with this election, you guys might turn into like
Venezuela.
Australia even. You could like you guys might find that if you want to keep doing this, talking about this sort of stuff on YouTube, you'll have to like leave the country or you go to jail.
Well, bat-faced bitch AOC wants to turn us into Venezuela.
Yeah.
Hey, Ricky, don't worry about us, bro. Just drive, bro. Just drive and enjoy the show.
Yeah.
He's working right now. He delivers pizza.
All right, JJ. Sorry to turn this into political. It's just the way the
Hey,
conversation
hey,
turns.
don't
It's the way the
apologize.
conversation turns.
Hey, it's your show, man. You talk about what the fuck you want. I don't have to like it. I don't have to love it. You know, or I could love the shit out of it. Your house, your rules, bro. I just didn't know if I had to come into this bitch ducking because you getting heavy with that raid can. It's like, whoa, it's me, motherfucker.
Oh,
Don't shoot! Don't shoot!
I knew what was incoming when I sent that fucking thing to.
And I warned you about that shit.
And you know what? I don't give a flying fuck.
Ah,
I actually wanted to cut him off in the middle of his bullshit. I'm a
Nope, you
risk
got it.
taker. I'm a daredevil. I'm a risk taker. I don't care. See, this is the difference between me and most people on YouTube. I don't care. I don't care anymore. I used to care in the beginning when I started YouTube. Now I'm in total don't give a fuck mode.
yeah, I'm slowly but surely getting there
You will get there. You will get there, JJ.
because I've already started telling people about the ass. 6 months ago, you'd have never heard that shit come out of me.
You will get there, JJ.
As Tommy says, your silence gives consent. Well, I ain't about to be silent no more.
That's right.
Get that raid can ready, bro.
Motherfucker, I got the wrench. Fuck that raid can. I will swing the fuck out that wrench. I don't give a fuck whose head it cracks.
Well, it's like you said to me before. I'm the type of guy that'll crush you with the raid can rather than spray you with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey man,
Oh,
I
fuck.
got the band hammer on mine, so I'm happy to swing it when I need to.
That's
No.
the band hammer. Yeah, the raid can is the band hammer.
Yeah, he's swinging that can because, like, motherfucker, I ain't wasting my raid on you. I got real bugs.
Like you need like the
Exactly.
raid can to have like instead of being a round cylindrical can with like the domed part underneath, it needs to be like flat on the bottom and flat on the side, so you've got a good surface area to impact
Yeah,
with.
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Fuck that bullshit. I know you warned me before. As I said, I was like, I know what I'm getting into. It's like Frank Drebin, Naked Gun movies. It's like, trust me, I know what I'm doing.
He also said that same line in fucking Airplane.
You know what? I don't know why, but you know what, Wookie? I could see you being the guy when they come to your house to try to take your guns. You grab a burlap sack and pull it off this big item in your room, and it's a fucking Gatling gun from like the 1800s, and you just start hitting that crank wheel. I could see that for some reason.
There's a maniacal laughter as he does it.
Yes.
Then when he goes to prison or shot dead, he'll be a shaved Wookie.
I know someone whose house, he was selling coke, and his house got raided, and his mother ended up like before they broke in. His mother ended up grabbing the dude's bags of cocaine and flushing them down the toilet like Goodfellas style.
Damn.
So things like that happen when you get raided.
Graded.
Graded, and then raided. Oh, what's this, Chris?
Oh hell
Are you
no.
talking about the you hit him with that raid can?
That one looks awesome because it's spraying itself while making a nasty face at somebody.
Yeah. I thought that was a good one.
That would be awesome, a self-spraying raid can.
Yeah, with attitude.
Well, they actually have those dispensers, man. You know, you put Glade in them, and they'll go. Tsk. You know, fix one of them to spray some Raid every
Alright,
5 or
but
10 minutes.
anyway, fucktard. Yeah. Yeah, fucktard. Raid can. For the fucktard. And his fucktard crew. Raid can. Always ready. Eat a dick.
That's funny shit, Ricky.
Yeah, Frank Drebin.
Like a midget at a urinal. I had to keep on my tongue. Like a blind man in an orgy. I had to feel my way through.
Damn right. Fuck, I don't give a damn. I wouldn't mind being blind as long as I was at an orgy.
Hey,
Be a little upset that I couldn't see what was going on, but nonetheless, I'm there.
wrong one.
Yeah,
Was
we can't
that
be looking at
was
can't be
that
looking
more-
at that.
Was that more angry spray cans?
Fucking wrong one again. I'm going to close that one down altogether.
More
Why does
angry
it
spray
keep coming
cans?
up saying that's the image when that's the image? This one I think is like it's the Angel of Death spray can.
I like that
Can
one.
The hell?
I mean, I liked all of them, but that
Oh, that's cool.
Can we zoom in
Like,
on this
yeah.
somehow?
Wait till they get a load of me.
Freaking Wookie. Well, why can I see you putting paper clips on those rubber bands, Wookie?
it's like the what was the shit Gizmo was like when Gizmo had that crazy pencil, that pencil crossbow in Gremlins 2, when Gizmo was dressed like Rambo.
Oh, you know, it's kind of funny. I gave one of those cheap handheld crossbows away when I first came up here. Freaking dad had one in brand new in a freaking box. Like, I don't know why. They're not hardly worth anything, and they don't have any power in anything. I just gave that shit away. I was like, I don't want it.
A crossbow that shoots BBs.
No,
Gatling gun that shoots
that's a
BBs.
Gatling gun that shoots BBs.
Fuck.
Oh, I think I want one.
I
Have you
remember
guys-
years ago, I seen
take
this
that-
one
I'll
BB
take
gun
that
that
shit to the park one day.
I seen this one BB gun. It was actually Freon powered, and that thing would shoot something like 1,200 BBs a minute or something. It was ridiculous.
Wow.
They banned that shit pretty damn quick.
I could imagine.
I think you take it to the park, and you know the sort of the World War II movie scene with like the guy running over the mounds as the bullets coming through and the people next to him being shot to pieces. It's like that, but it's squirrels.
I knew someone who used to shoot squirrels outside his fucking window.
Hey, like they're a pest in some place, aren't they?
They weren't really doing anything. I think he was just being a
Bored.
fucking like a lunatic asshole.
And to Ricky, not really, because I don't remember any of the ones at carnivals being fully automatic. This Freon powered one was fully automatic.
So, wow, that sounds like an amazing thing to have. Because we can't have a lot of that sort of stuff here.
Okay, here's another story. My my friend's dad used to get these magazines called Bud K. Tommy, you ever heard of these catalogs? The
No,
Bud
I
K
don't.
catalogs that had all the blade weapons.
Not Bud K. Oh Jesus, I'm trying to think of the ones that I used to get. Because when I used to vend at the flea markets, we'd get a bunch of different catalogs because we actually used to sell like butterfly knives and pen
Uh,
knives and all that kind of stuff.
well, this
We
catalog
used to get it from a company called Sezco, SZ
they had
says
catalogs and shit.
OCO or something like that.
They had
Yeah, but they
catalogs.
had catalogs with all kinds of different weapons. Like they had, like they had the reproduction type Rambo knives, the ones from Cobra, like, swords, all kinds of different like helmets and all kinds of shit.
Did they
But
have like restrictions on the states that you could send everything to? Like there's like cannot be shipped to Maryland, Massachusetts, New York, all that stuff.
they did have restrictions on certain swords and knives, but it was only certain ones. It wasn't like the whole catalog. It was just certain select weapons. There were
Yes, that's the type of thing I'm talking about. That's the exact type of thing I'm talking about because the Bud K catalog. So many of these weapons that you wouldn't be able to ship them to New York. I could only imagine why.
Because you're competing with the unofficial market on the street.
Pretty much. Also, there was a lot of places around here that used to sell ninja weapons, and the stores got shut down because they were selling ninja weapons to like teenage kids.
Yeah, the 90s were great.
Well, shit, Wookie.
Well, not when the store gets shut down. It's not so great
Oh,
when the
no,
store
yeah.
gets shut down.
I don't even know if they sell that anymore, Wookie. Wrist rockets?
Wrist rockets, like what? Like darts?
A
They
wrist rock.
slingshots, aren't they?
Yeah, it's a wrist rocket's a slingshot, but when you put your hand, it's got a brace that comes over top of the back of your arm. Like you put your hand in it, so it's got a thing on the bottom, the rest underneath your arm, and then
Oh,
it's got like a thing on the top, and it's got a
Okay.
hand grip, and then your other hand you grab the cradle of the slingshot with the BB in it, and yeah, those things are like extremely powerful.
Yeah, I totally fucking forgot about those things. My friend had one of those.
My dad had one, but the rubber part of the wrist rocket it had deteriorated, and when I went to pull
Like
the cradle back, it just like
You know, you can get those. They're like the part that's supposed to deteriorate, and you realize they replace them cheaply and easily.
yeah, I'll probably just put a new one on it. I mean, the thing is old as shit. Like it's hardcore, so
Nice. But yeah, in Australia, if you buy a slingshot, a wrist rocket slingshot, then that is illegal. However, if you buy a rubber-powered bait caster, that's a different story. That is if you have proof that you need it, and if it's questioned, you have to prove that you need it for fishing and that you can't just cast the bait into the water normally.
How are you
But
gonna prove
if nobody
it?
questions it and it's
how do you
called a bait
prove
caster,
How do you prove that you have it for fishing though? Like, what do you have to have like a license, a fishing license?
no, it's left intentionally grey and vague. So that way, it's like there's this thing that they were talking about on a like it's basically like a pistol, but instead of it having rounds, it's got two darts in it. It's basically a pistol dart gun that it's very compact, very lightweight, and fires out two darts very quickly. And they're saying that like maybe people could buy it and have it as a self-defense weapon. So if you were to buy that and have it in your car as a self-defense weapon, and you were just driving around with it in your car, or you had it in your home and had it as a self-defense weapon, then that would be illegal. And if they can prove in any way or fashion or form that you had it for a self-defense weapon, that's illegal. However, if you can prove that you are carrying it just to go and use it, like you've got in the back, you've got scuba tanks in the back, you've got your all the gear and everything to go diving, and you're going to go spearfishing with it, then that's okay.
How do you prove it? How do you prove it? like,
Well, they make a claim, and then they make a claim that you are using it. And they say you are using it as a weapon, and this is our evidence, regardless of how tangential it is. You now have to prove that you are innocent.
Jesus Christ, that sounds like such a fucking hassle.
Yeah, that's why most people don't bother getting guns and stuff like that.
All right, Slasher, I'm gonna have to dip out.
No doubt, man. I'm gonna wrap this up anyway.
Okay, yeah, I'm exhausted and I gotta get it.
Yeah, no problem. I didn't want to run.
Early start on tomorrow.
I didn't want to run tonight as long as I ran yesterday. I ran way over yesterday than I thought I would. Oh,
It was good chatting with you, Tommy.
Someone started a
Always a
truck.
pleasure.
Did someone start a truck?
No, why?
I don't know. I heard a washing machine or a truck going. But
Well, you're probably, if you're hearing anything, it's probably my oxygen machine. I just unmuted my mic.
oh, okay, I got you. But Krish, thanks for coming through
No
tonight.
worries, man.
Go ahead, plug yourself.
Plug my stuff.
Yep.
Chris from TWTG Content. We have coming up next Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is what's it called? That is the panel games on that one, and then the following night will be the next episode of Legion. We're doing a watch party, and then randomly in between we've got Let's Plays and random games, and the new one which is We Drink and We Know Things, which will come up randomly at another time. That's me.
it? Okay. JJ?
Sorry,
sorry to do this to you again, but
no. Hey, this is me. Watch my shit. Follow me on Twitter. All right. There you
okay. And
Simple and
Because
sweet.
you never know what he's going to do because it's a lottery.
it's a lottery.
Yeah. Come check it out.
Check it out. Yeah. And
No, Tommy's getting tired and he ain't got all night to listen
I
to
know.
the entire spiel. It's gotten longer. JJ's in demand for some fucking reason.
You are the man, dude.
No, I'm in demand right now. I'm like,
Yeah, because you are
You're
the
the
man.
man. You're in
demand
demand because
'cause
you're. All right, you're in demand because you're the man. There you go.
shut up, you cool motherfucker.
All right, Tommy.
A pleasure as always, Slasher. Chris, always a pleasure to talk with you, and of course JJ as well. And it's a pleasure to see all the people that were in the chat tonight. I mean, you get big crowds, you get small crowds, but you know what? You always get some of the same awesome people that always show up time and time again. Like the Sentinel, Mora Kitty stopped through, Wookiee Supremacy, Dollified came through. That was awesome. And
Moira, Sentinel.
Ensign Ricky came by. It's one of those things, man. These kind of things, they're no fun without the people in the chat being able to contribute in there. And 3 men and slingshots got banned. Hey, it's awesome. Keep the slingshots alive, Wookiee. It's up to you and your people to do it. But,
Real Australian cuisine.
Yes, Dingo, HL baby.
But I'll do this. I'll do this another time soon, and I'll take JJ's words. I'll take JJ's words of advice to me.
Oh,
So,
now you will. That's great.
So
Awesome.
no more douche nozzles come through. So
Douche nozzle. Classic. That's gold.
so thanks folks for coming through, and
Yeah, man.
probably maybe even tomorrow I'll do another midnight fatality. Maybe I'll see. So thanks
Yeah.
folks for coming through.
Yeah, have a good night, everyone.
Take care, y'all.
Catch you later.
Have a good one, folks.